Pittsburgh police say no one was hurt when a tiki boat capsized on the Mon River. A viewer shared this video with us from her downtown office. Police say the tiki boat had just dropped passengers off when it started to sink. We're told he was able to get himself to the shore safely. And here's a close-up of how strong those winds were on the ground. Eric Yoder shot this video outside the Wyndham Grand Hotel downtown, just as a bunch of patio furniture was getting picked up and thrown across the entrance. And just about anywhere you look around Allegheny County, you're going to find damage like this video from Edgewood and also Moon Township. Trees snapped in half, tangled up in power lines, blocking off entire roads, smashed on top of homes and cars. And some of the strongest wind was measured at Pittsburgh International Airport. Barry Pintar's in that area now with a look at the widespread damage left behind. Barry.
Yeah, Josh, certainly widespread damage. It's almost shocking as you drive neighborhood after neighborhood after neighborhood and see so much of it. As you mentioned, Pittsburgh Airport, the National Weather Service saying 71.3 mile per hour gusts. 71.3. They're saying that's the largest in the history since they've been keeping records. Let me give you a look behind so you can see about what that damage did. What you're looking at are several trees that fell onto power lines that knocked over a utility pole. If you look at the top of that pole, you can actually see where the top of it is snapped off as well. Now, this is one example of house after house after house after tree after street. So I just need to say that this is not an example of one area of a few trees. It is all over this place. As a matter of fact, if you look at this roadway, you can see it is just strewn with stick after stick. It's like this everywhere, and the devastation around here isn't only on the streets, but to homes as well. The entire backside of this house crushed under the weight of 3 different trees. This oak, a tree trunk about 3 feet thick, snapped, plowing onto a garage roof, moving it off its foundation. The entire backside of this house and deck, including the inside kitchen, crushed by not only that oak, but also a maple and pine. High winds and devastation, the homeowner says he's never seen the like of in the 50 years he's lived here. Was it shocking? Were you expecting it? I mean, no. From what you did, it come quickly? Tell me what happened.
It came real quick. I mean, instantly, because we were clearing parts out of the garage out to get the truck in. And it was instantaneous.
Then to Coriopolis, where the homeowner says, again without warning, a massive tree collapses, falls, as if the decades-old root structure was no help in keeping it standing.
It's a very substantial tree, and you could see the roots are, they're as big as a tree itself. And it must have been a real wind tunnel here that just cracked them.
Then to Robinson Township, another massive tree falls with such force it takes down not only power lines, but snaps the utility pole holding up the lines.
It was like debris was hitting me in the face.
Really?
And then I saw the tree fall on, and we both ran in and we ran to the basement like right away. Yeah. I didn't want to take any chances. So.
All this leaving house after house after house here, littered with tree after tree, instilling fear in the entire multi-block neighborhood.
And the wind came in real fast, and I heard a loud noise, and I went in the house. I was scared, and there were 2 explosions on Summit. That's Summit over there, and
what was that, transformers, you think?
I think there were 2 transformers on this road over here on Summit.
All right, so now the remnants of those transformers exploding, of course, you're not seeing, is what I should say. It's completely black here. The only way you're seeing us is we have 2 cars with high beams on and a very bright camera light up there. So it is just pitch black as far as you can see. A couple of little updates. Just as you were seeing that story playing, it's starting to rain right now. We're seeing thunder and lightning. So the people who have their house damaged with potential holes in the roof, as we saw in the story there, now they have to deal with this. The questions that remain, how long will the power be out? Residents here saying they're thinking at least a couple of days because it's so widespread. And as you can see right here, it's a little dark, but these power lines, major power lines, just sitting here, very dangerous, as we saw in Jen's report earlier. So the days ahead to see what happens as the cleanup will continue and certainly last at least that long. Reporting in Robinson Township, Barry Pintar, KDKA-TV News.
U.S. Open at Oakmont Country Club suffered a major setback tonight as a huge tent and stage got shredded by the storm. KDKA's Ricky Sayer has been in Oakmont all night, and just like other spots we've seen, the damage is widespread and hard to comprehend. Ricky.
Yeah, so this entire town is without power. It is really dark except for lights from candles, flashlights, and lights like ours, which is how we're able to show you this. This is a tree that has fallen on two separate cars. It is a large tree, and there is also power lines that it brought down with it. And I want to draw your attention to these other power lines that are sitting right on the pavement here. You might not actually see there is a second power line that is right there. This can be really dangerous, especially with how dark it is right now, because you don't even know that these power lines are there until you hit them, and you have to assume that they are live. We've also seen a lot of trees that have hit homes in this area. We actually heard from a police officer here that there are 5 separate homes that had trees hit them just in Oakmont. And these, we'll also mention, are very large trees. In some cases, these are trees that have hit homes just blocks apart. And that's also not counting all of the trees that have hit cars. And that officer told us there's a good amount of those too. They did tell us they don't know of any injuries. We've seen a lot of people just kind of walking or driving around the neighborhood looking at the damage. It seems to be wherever they go. We saw a very large tree bringing down power lines on Holton Road. It's one of multiple streets where the road is blocked off. We've seen a lot of people just starting to clean up. Some don't have much of a choice because their driveways are being blocked by these trees. Here's some of what neighbors told us about what they have seen this evening.
Well, it's crazy. It's like, so there's probably about 7, 8 trees down. There's all the power is out. It's like a ghost town. It's kind of freaky.
I cannot believe that a storm did this much damage, honestly.
This is different. I couldn't believe, we just drove around down here and then up on the hill, kind of by the country club. And I honestly, I've never seen it like this. We've been here over 20 years.
So she mentioned the country club there. One of the tents set up for June's U.S. Open sustained serious damage. Take a look at the video from the KDKA drone team. A U.S. Golf Association spokesperson told me that this was set up to be a hospitality tent used for their trophy club. She said none of their workers were hurt and that they actually expect to be able to fix it in just about 10 days. Speaking of good news here, something that was interesting from speaking with people around here is they said when the power goes out like this, it forces them out of their homes, speaking to their neighbors, something that just feels a bit out of a bygone era. Reporting live in Oakmont, Ricky Sayer, KDKA-TV News.
All right, thanks, Ricky. And take a look at these photos now from Armstrong County. A metal roof in Fort City just peeled off, rolled up, and tossed right off the building. And then there are these pictures from McKees Rocks. That's where part of the dome at St. Nicholas Orthodox Church was knocked off the roof, crushing a fence below. Tonight's storms also ripped the roof off a business on the south side and at one of Pittsburgh's most iconic pizza joints. Chris Hoffman continues our team coverage from Beachview.
Duquesne light crews were on the scene here at Fiore's after lines came down and the roof was ripped off of the building. That's just some of the damage we saw around the city as we saw similar incidents in other neighborhoods. Like a train going off the track, this storm left a path of destruction. Mangled metal, ruined wood, and what was once a roof is now debris. It was emotional for the popular pizza shop's owner.
Oh boy. For 60 years. Yeah. They're gonna fix it. They're gonna take care of that.
Duquesne Light started to assess the damage and the power outages as hundreds of thousands of people across the region were in the dark.
I just can't believe this. I mean, I was driving around and there's trees down everywhere right now. And I got a call from my mom and she said, Fiore's Pizza roof blew off. And I just quickly did a detour, came down here, and as soon as I pulled up, I couldn't believe what I could see right now.
While over on the south side, it was the same story. A roof ripped off the building that houses Pelora Furniture and landed in the intersection of East Carson Street and the Birmingham Bridge. Several buildings in the neighborhood got torn up in the storm. Neighbors say the whole storm came through with a fury.
It sounded like a tornado or something. I don't know. It sounded really, really loud. I was driving across the Hot Metal Bridge, and I could have sworn I heard the bridge like wail. It was kind of scary.
A roofer started getting the building covered before it stopped raining. He wanted to make sure damage to the rest of the building could be minimized.
Yeah, that had to be a pretty strong winds there. Yeah. I mean, you see it took the wood, the insulation, the rubber, everything.
Now, Fiore says they got some water damage, but they're trying to open up as soon as possible. In Beachview, Chris Hoffman, KDKA-TV News.